Coming up in the next segment, we're going to be taking some of your phone calls, and I'm going to play this clip and get Bob Chapman's take on it of Congressman Pete Stark. You've seen little clips on the news the last 2 days, but we have the whole 10-minute exchange posted up at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, where he just says there's no problem with the border, and anybody that wants to control the border wants to kill people. I mean, their propaganda is just arrogantly delivered. It's asinine. And we see this throughout history where elites get into trouble. A lot of times they just become even more arrogant. And that only hastens their implosion. But Bob, I'm starting to think more and more Gerald Celente may be right again, putting a date on it. We've seen top New York Times, Wall Street Journal, and other writers saying we are in the Greatest Depression or the Third Depression. Obama's now calling it the Greatest Recession. By every yardstick, as you said 2 years ago, we are in a depression. Do you think they may announce it? Because they're now saying they're not going to have a second stimulus, which you've said would put this off another year.
Well, first of all, I think if they are going to say we're in a depression, they're going to wait until they start their war and then blame the depression on the war. That's logical, and that's what they've done before. And so that might be an up-and-coming event that may start out in a limited way with Iran and may spread. Russia may be brought into it. And the recent apprehension of these spies might be a lead into that. As you indicated, it could be a lead into something. And so, you know, the groundwork is there. And they could very well go ahead with it, but I don't think they're going to use the word depression. Maybe Paul Krugman can in the New York Times, and but I don't think you're going to see it officially coming out from any important illuminist or the President of the United States until it's time. And as far as stimulus in the economy, I don't think under present circumstances they can get the stimulus they want, although maybe it's still possible. But, you know, the Federal Reserve is perfectly capable of putting $5 trillion into the economy between now and the election 2.5 years from now. And that could keep the markets up to an extent. Although I do think they're going down, maybe they wouldn't during that time period go as low as they might go. But they have the ability to keep the economy going sideways to slightly higher. I think they could get employment going in the other direction, and they could do that by allowing or forcing banks to lend to small and medium-sized businesses, which they're not doing. And that money is being held in abeyance, so they have lots of it.
Well, Bob, we're only 4 months away from the election. I mean, if they're going to fully implode the economy and start a war, wouldn't they start the war before the election and then implode the economy fully after the election?
Good timing. That's what I expect them to do. And the talk about the devaluation of the dollar is true. Max is right. Max got wonderful stuff he's putting out, and so is Gerald. And you know, and yourself, we just keep on hammering. I just love it because we're going to get them. They're not going to be successful.
Here's just a little
very painful.
Here's just a little side note: 70 million expired flu vaccines admitted to be incinerated as waste. That's being reported by the Associated Press, also Natural News. But now they admit that no one needed to take the H1N1 shot, that it was also dangerous. But separately, they're trying to make people take last year's shot, recommending it. I mean, they are just totally discrediting themselves. Or is the government and these criminal corporations, are they marketing to that 30% that they know is as dumb as a box of rocks?
And they always will. That's why Hollywood points their pitches towards 12 and 13-year-old mentalities. And things haven't changed that much, you know, over the intervening years, we'll say, since the beginning of the 20th century. People are still fundamentally intellectually the same. and all of the teaching in the world, and can't raise an IQ very much. And so, yes, they're appealing to that. They're appealing to anything that they can appeal to. Desperate people do desperate things. And as Brzezinski said, we're in trouble. These people know what we're doing.
You're absolutely right. Bob Chapman, our guest for the rest of the hour. Then we have a filmmaker joining us who's got solutions to this banking crime syndicate. Oh, it's not enough to just get rid of them. We've got to have solutions. That's coming up as well. Stay with us. A couple of clips I want to play right now and get Bob's take on. The first one is Herman von Rompuy from back in November, saying the G20 and the Copenhagen Summit is going to be the birth of global governance. And notice, it's for the carbon tax, it's for the oil spill, it's for the banking collapse. The banks want to directly tax you and not have to deal with governments anymore. They want to be above it and create a new level of Ponzi scheme. Actual world government run by private interest. So let's go ahead and play that clip, and then I want to move on to another traitor, another arrogant sack of horse manure. I'm sorry to use that term. It's the only way to describe him, Congressman Pete Stark. But let's play Herman von Rompuy. Here it is.
These problems can be overcome by a joint effort in and between our countries. 2009 is also the first year of global governance, with the establishment of the G20 in the middle of the financial crisis. The climate conference in Copenhagen is another step towards the global management of our planet. Our mission, our presidency, is one of hope.
All right.
Supported by acts.
And then you got not just von Rompuy, but Ban Ki-moon of the UN, and all of them saying the same thing. I just wanted to get that on record now that they've gone from just talking about it in their global conferences to openly telling you the answer to all your financial problems that we caused by design is giving us more power and paying us more money. The answer to that oil spill is paying us more money. And we'll talk to Bob about the oil spill. But first, I want to play this clip because you've seen little clips on the news. This was so arrogant that they happened to have Chris Matthews on for entertainment value in the coffee room Wednesday night. And I walked in there Wednesday afternoon, and he played the Pete Stark clip where Stark was being arrogant, saying, you want to shoot people, don't you? You don't want open borders, you want to kill people, just to a town hall in California. People are like, no, we're not even Minutemen, but they're not killing people. And like, there's no border problem. I mean, even Chris Matthews, a Democrat hack, had to say, my gosh, is that not the face of incumbency? I mean, this arrogant creature. Now, the whole video, it's like 10 minutes long, is up on InfoWars and Prison Planet, unedited. But we don't, for time constraints, I'm just going to play the first minute or two and then get Bob Chapman's take on this, because this is arrogance. I mean, Mexico is admittedly collapsed. The State Department, foreign governments say it's a failed state. Now it's 23,000 deaths in the last 2 years. 80-plus miles of Arizona is off limits to citizens. I mean, it is just total bedlam. Total bedlam. I mean, South Texas is just shutting down in the border areas. It is. I saw a news clip, in fact, I ought to pull that up, of Detroit, where they deliver food to the food lions and stuff, and they have guys with machine guns guarding the food now going into grocery stores. I mean, Mad Max stuff and tent cities are creeping in everywhere. And it's only going to get worse. This is what NAFTA and GATT did. And this guy thinks it's all funny. I mean, whether you're for open borders or not, don't say the border isn't open. Don't say there isn't a problem. Don't say it isn't horrible. Don't say there aren't these poor Mexicans sneaking across, getting killed by the hundreds every month and robbed by coyotes on the Mexican and U.S. side. I mean, this is dangerous, folks. This is lawlessness. This is like Afghanistan or something. Here it is.
The Minutemen want to have something to say?
Yep.
Who are you going to kill today?
Who are we going to kill today?
Yeah.
Well, I'd just like to know, well, actually American citizens are being killed right now by this war that's going on.
That's right.
Okay, I want to know why the federal government is not doing anything, or a lot more, to seal our borders in this country so that we're a solvent country again.
Well, we can't get enough Minutemen armed. We'd like to get all the Minutemen armed so that they could stop shooting people
It's not
here.
our job. We're just citizens.
Hit pause.
of the United States government.
Some kind of
Hit pause. So he calls anybody in the crowd, because it goes on, who's for sovereignty and defending our borders, Minutemen who want to kill more people and have killed people. The Minutemen have killed no one. Okay? So this is how this is what Saul Alinsky taught communists to do. Accuse people of what you do. The illegal aliens and the drug traffickers are the ones killing people. So he's saying, oh no, the Minutemen are killing people. Let's continue.
Country, so we're a solvent country again.
Oh, we can't get enough Minutemen armed. We'd like to get all the Minutemen armed so that they could stop shooting people
It's not
here.
our job. We're just citizens. The United States government
Some kind of
constitutionally protect us.
Well, so I say we'll try and get you some more arms and get you down there to.
We don't want to go down there. We want to have lives, of normal lives. We pay taxes, and we pay to have the government take care of our borders.
Is that all?
Is that all what?
The government should do?